How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and I have a friend who made a really dumb decision. And his name is Matt Armstrong. You might know him for rebuilding some pretty crazy cars in the UK. He recently bought a wrecked $700,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith, previously owned by some sneaker enthusiast, with the hopes of rebuilding it. But that wasn't the dumb part. In order to fix his wrecked car, Matt bought another perfectly running Rolls-Royce Wraith to take parts off, and then junk afterwards. That's right, he was going to throw this car away. Clearly, I couldn't let such an amazing car go to waste, so I packed my bags, traveled across the ocean, determined to rebuild a Rolls-Royce that was left for dead. I flew 5,000 miles just for this. Oh, this is good. This is good. It is really large. There's a lot of car here. It's like the length of a school bus. This is so insane. Now, obviously, it's missing quite a lot, but it's better than I thought. So this door is missing, and look how long it is. I mean, you could like lay in here, and man, there's so much space in this car. So this is a 4-seater layout, and you can definitely have 2 adults in the back, even though they probably won't have too much headroom. But these doors are really, really cool because they open up this way. I think Rolls-Royce calls them carriage doors, and if you open them up while you're driving, then I think you probably died. So the doors are missing, which is no problem. Well, only one door is missing. That door is there. The rocker panel, we have, oh boy, okay, so there's a lot of stuff missing there. I think they replaced the subframe because that subframe is toast. So subframe, we have all the suspension, the brakes, the hubs. Okay, so we'll have to get that. The front end, we're missing an eye over here. But hey, there's a grill, that's nice. Okay, so this is a BMW engine, which I definitely love. I love BMWs. I love working on them. They're so nice. I mean, everything, just look at the layout here. Everything is straightforward. You can see where everything is. It's easy to get to. And everything I just said is a complete lie. This is probably one of the most complicated engines you can have. This is a V12 with twin turbos. And if you can tell me what anything is here, then leave it in the comments. I don't know what any of this does. I assume this is the intake manifold. You have intercoolers here. You have a direct injection system. The spark plugs are somewhere deep in there underneath these air boxes. So let's assume that this car doesn't need any work because I don't really feel like giving it a service. But as far as I can tell, Matt said that this car was tip top. It ran well. And it really, you know, it pains me to say because I think you shouldn't need to buy a car like this just to take it apart. I feel like you can definitely get all the parts. They're made here. It should be impossible for you not to find parts for a car that's made in the country that you're building it in. Check this out. Oh, that's so luxurious. This interior looks fantastic. It's black on red, which is the color of luxury. And it has piano black accents, and it's really quite in good shape. Now, I think it's like 50,000 miles on this car, and there is a little bit of wear and tear on here, but to be honest, this is not our biggest concern right now. I think this with some leather cleaner and some tidying up could be like, this thing would look brand new. Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have arrived. This is the part of the video where you realize that Tavarish does not know how to use an umbrella. You have to pull it and then, oh dude, look at this. There's holes in it, hold on. Can you see the holes right here? Look. Matt put holes in my umbrella so I couldn't use it. It's supposed to shield rain from going down on your head, and it doesn't do that. So I think they put on some like BMW 7 Series subframe. I know they had to take apart the subframes. The jury's out on whether all the bolts are underneath the car because I know that they didn't really care about this car, but I care about this car. So we're gonna make sure all the bolts are back. A lot of room for activities in here. This is, well, the trunk section. I know that they had some issue with this, especially these guys. So these are the trunk, I guess, struts, and it looks like they have coilovers. Like they're almost like adjustable coilovers here. There's probably a lot of spring tension in here. And when we have to put a trunk back, that's gonna be a lot of fun, especially because I'm just here by myself. Well, I'm here with Tommy, the cameraman. And
that's pretty much by yourself.
It's well, you know what? Like we're gonna do it because this is a Rolls Royce. I have never had a car this luxurious. Like I've had S classes before. This is the next step up. I am super excited because like I have never thought I'd be a Rolls Royce person, but here I am. So high school guidance counselor said I would never amount to anything. Look at me now, huh? Huh? Yeah. This bet you feel real dumb. Bet you feel real stupid. That's a pretty beefy exhaust. So I know this is probably gonna be quite light. Oh, all right. So that's like a McLaren. That is okay. That's. Whew. Hey guys, so I'm sitting in my new to me Rolls Royce Wraith, and honestly, unless you're like me and rebuilding one that's meant for the junkyard, if you were to buy one of these things, it would carry with it a lot of debt. And debt is something that nobody really likes. It can give you anxiety, it can give you stress. Dealing with that can be a very big deal. But thankfully, there is help, and that is from today's sponsor, PDS Debt. So if you haven't heard of PDS Debt, here's why it's awesome. So PDS Debt provides options that consolidate your debts into one low monthly payment. PDS Debt is offering a free debt analysis, and it only takes 30 seconds. Now, if you're making payments on your debt every month and your balances aren't going down, then this program is for you. PDS Debt has customized options for anyone struggling with credit cards, personal loans, collections, or medical bills. Now, everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required. And they do accept bad and fair credit. You can save thousands in interest and fees, and you can pay off your debt in a fraction of the time. PDS Debt cares about helping you get out of debt. You can check out all the reviews and see how many mention PDS Debt employees by name. They're also a top-rated company on Google and have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. So if you're struggling with debt, definitely go check this out. It is a game changer. It's pdsdebt.com/Tavarish. It's in the video description, pdsdebt.com/Tavarish. Go check it out right now. So I know Matt took off a ton of stuff that I can't see right now. So I should probably ask him what parts I'm gonna need to rebuild my Rolls Royce because he's rebuilding his Rolls Royce. Let's go check it out. This is Mr. Matt Armstrong, and this is the very famous Mansory Wraith owned by Marcus Rashford. So this has some of my parts on it, doesn't it?
I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, has there been some damage on this side?
No, not at all. Like it's all OEM repair on this side.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, for sure.
But there is a slightly different coloured door.
Ah.
This is Sue's door.
Sue's door. Yeah.
Sue's door. Nice colour. Hope you don't want it back.
No. You know, you keep it. I feel like it looks better on this car.
Thank you.
So we have the coolant tank.
Oh yeah, I stole that.
Yeah.
I also stole the coolant filler. Have you had a look at that yet?
No. Okay.
That's interesting when you get to that part.
Okay, wonderful. I know the front subframe, rear subframe. Yeah. That's all gone. So what else? We have all the hydraulic hoses, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, hydraulic hoses. I actually stole the anti-roll bar as well.
Okay.
I stole that.
Okay, and these are hydraulic in these cars, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
Apparently they're meant to be bled, but I don't know how you do that. But
good, I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
so will you.
We can figure it out together.
We can do it live.
We've got Sue's door, all the electrics in the door as well.
Okay. Wow, Dude, that's so much padding.
Yeah.
Everything in
It's
here is
the
soft.
world's heaviest door.
Did this not have any airbags go off?
Oh yeah, I stole them.
You took an airbag.
Yeah,
okay.
I stole your curtain airbag.
Uh-huh.
And I stole your seat airbag.
All this damage happened at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, 30, maybe 25.
These things are just really, really heavy. They carry a lot of mass.
Depends what you hit.
It depends what you hit. If you go at 30 miles an hour into a brick wall, you're doing a lot of damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rear subframe,
Okay.
mine.
Okay. Rear subframe.
I took
Brakes?
no standard brakes.
Oh, okay.
I took all this suspension on this side. That's
Okay.
that's now mine.
Okay, sweet.
I took your boot,
Okay, sweet.
Sue's boot, and I took Sue's boot hinge
Okay.
because my boot hinge was bent. So now, check out this.
Wow.
One grey and one burgundy. Oh, one thing I need off Sue
Yeah.
is the PlayStation 2.
There's a PlayStation 2 in here?
Yeah, so there's a PlayStation 2 which like goes down here.
It's not actually a PlayStation 2, right?
I think it's an amp.
It's like a brand new Rolls Royce that they put a 20-year-old video game system in.
When you get to this point, you'll know exactly what I mean. But
Okay, so
it looks like a
PS2.
PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And I think I did take the crash bar off. I haven't put that on
Okay.
yet. But there's a lot of stuff we took off, and you can see why it was. Well, you'd know why it was worth it to get another car to
Right.
fix this one.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. I can
Does add
imagine.
up.
So is it really that hard to find Rolls Royce parts?
It seems
Like, this is where they
difficult.
make them, though. It's like going to America and be like, oh yeah, we can't find Mustang parts.
Yeah, it's true actually, but it is really difficult to find. I don't know why it's so. And when you do find them, they're extortionate. They're so expensive, and you'll find as well a lot of the parts which can come from a BMW and switch over. They're like 40% more expensive from Rolls-Royce. So
Okay, sweet.
if you can get BMW parts, it's always better, but cross-reference them.
But everything
is
on this,
pretty
it
hard.
should be like similar to a 7 Series, but
Yeah.
it seems like everything on this car is just bigger, like by a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's it. We already tried to cross-reference stuff and failed. Like
Yeah, I know that you did the subframe or whatever.
Yeah,
but
the rear subframe
yeah.
was just like a
it
little
was
bit
just,
shorter.
Yeah, just a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every
I
time.
don't know. This is the good side.
Oh, this is good. Wow, this is an actual car. Look at that. I'm here, and we have not a lot of time to do this.
Yeah.
So I figure we can have a deadline for this build. Now I know Shedfest is coming up with Auto Alex, and I would like to have Sue done for Shedfest, and that is in
How
about
many weeks is that?
That's in less than 1 week.
Okay. I'll ring Mansouri now.
It shouldn't be that hard. It's not going to have any Mansouri parts. It's all Rolls Royce. It's fine.
Less Mansouri.
Yeah.
It's so worth it.
But another thing I was going to ask you about is I can't take this car home. Like I can't. I mean, not this car, but like I can't take Sue home after we build it. Because of some stupid 25-year rule that I can't take cool things to America.
Yeah.
But we should give that car away, because I know that you were talking about
that's that. That was the original plan with Sue. Sue will be resurrected. She was Sue the Sacrifice. That's where her name come from. So the fact that now you are a bit of late reaction from wasn't it? But
I'm learning.
if Sue is going to be resurrected, the new life for Sue. And I feel like it's only right it should go to the viewers, because
Absolutely.
Really it wasn't. That was the end of her life, but to have a new life and then be able to go back to the people that have watched Sue be sacrificed and then resurrected again. What a way to end it.
Okay, so not only do I have to put a car together that is completely taken apart, and we're kind of unsure how many parts we've taken off, because I know that you've taken off a lot of like little nickel and dime stuff.
Yeah, we were considering rebuilding Sue, but now I'm glad that you were doing it, because I'm happy for her. But at the same time, all the stuff that we took off, we know it's going to be a nightmare to put back together.
Yeah, so all I have to do is try to find some very expensive, very rare Rolls-Royce parts, then put a car back together in a matter of a few days. And while we're here, why not modify it? We'll probably modify it.
Yeah.
You know, make it a little bit better.
Oh,
We should
pop
make it-
and bang on the Rolls Royce.
We should make it sound like that. We should make it sound like that.
We need mods.
Yeah.
We need improvements. Maybe colour? Are we changing colour?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I just got here. So we can change color, maybe some wheels or whatever.
I think suggestions in the comments.
Suggestions in the comments what this thing is going to look like and what this thing is going to perform like. I don't even know how much they make. I know they have a V12 twin turbo.
Yeah.
How much horsepower do they make? Like 600 something?
I think there's like 600 or something. I think on this one it's been tuned and it's 750. So like, and it's like 1,000 Newton meters of torque. So I think if we can tune Sue as well, that it'll probably get more power than this because this is like a Mansory tune, so it's got to be like warranty and that type of stuff. So
okay, so there will be no warranty on Sue because we're building this in a matter of like 5 days. So, but we have to make it so it is safe for people. We have to make it so it's reliable and does everything a Rolls-Royce should do. So I gotta get to work.
Let's do. Oh, and the best thing about Sue as well. It's also completely clean title.
Wow.
Yeah, no damage, no accident, nothing. So that's
except for all the parts you took off.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's except for it being a complete shell.
That's fine.
Okay, I gotta get to work. I think I might be in trouble. All right, so I have been in my hotel room the entire day looking for parts. And not only is it super, super hard to find anything, if I do find something, it is incredibly expensive. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm on eBay looking for a Rolls-Royce Wraith door, and check out these prices. 6,500 bucks with $500 shipping, that's $7 grand. That is only for the door skin. Has no door handle, no inner structure, nothing. This also needs work. It needs body work. There's scratches all over it. And the other listings aren't much better. I think I'm gonna have to spend somewhere like 6 grand just to get a door, and that doesn't include anything else. The glass itself is like $500. I mean, look at this. The closing assist for the door is 1,400 bucks. And all this stuff is in America. Weirdly enough, I can't find anything in the UK, and I certainly don't have time for it. That's not the door I want at all. So this is absolutely insane. I mean, the subframes that I need for the car, each one is like $2,000, and that doesn't include the suspension, which is another several $1,000s. So I have bitten off more than I can chew, again. But I do have maybe a solution. So my friend Sam Hard, you guys have probably seen him on the channel or my second channel. He is a really good friend of mine, and he is also a used car dealer, and he told me that maybe, if all else fails, he may have a solution for me, but he also told me that I need to keep an open mind.
Hey everyone, so I did the thing that I said I wouldn't do. I bought a parts car. It's really heavy. Oh.
Welcome everyone to my new Rolls-Royce Wraith. Now I know what you're thinking. I did make fun of Matt Armstrong for doing exactly this, but this car is much different than the one he bought, because although this car does look okay from, I don't know, 10, 20 feet back, it's a little rough around the edges. Actually, it's a lot rough around the edges, because as you can tell, this car doesn't drive. It doesn't start, it doesn't run, and that's because this is one of my favorite types of cars, and that is flood damaged. Now, Sam definitely came through on this car because, I mean, honestly, I don't know what I would have done, but this was basically a pristine example until one fateful day when this went into some flood waters. Now, this car looks really, really nice. I actually do like the tan. There's a tan on wood, there's silver accents here, and it's almost too nice for me. Other than the fact that past this seat cushion, you can see that there is some debris, and that's because that's where the floodwaters were, and that's why nothing on the inside of this car, the electrics, everything is dead. And unfortunately, there's something else that's dead, and that's this thing right here, this V12 with twin turbos. You can actually see some of the corrosion right here on the aluminum. This did not survive the flood, and that means that this is now a 2-ton paperweight. But it also means that since Sam hooked me up with this car, I got it at a really, really good price. So I think this car has everything we're gonna need. It has the same bodywork. Oh, that's a lot of scratches. It has the same color bodywork that Sue has, and I think we're gonna need to name this thing because we need to refer to one car versus the other. So that's Sue. This can be Sue 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's not very good, is it, Tommy?
What about Scuba Susan?
Scuba Susan. Scuba Susan is good. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? Okay, how about this? It needs to be like an English name, right? Let's do Agnes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so Agnes. So Agnes means Lamb of God, right? And this lamb is going to the slaughter. So now all we gotta do is put this thing into the shop and start taking it apart bit by bit to make that Rolls-Royce whole again and make this a car that we can be proud of, and hopefully one person in the audience can drive this home. I just wanted to test this out to see if it works. Apparently if you try to grab this, it'll get scared and pop back in. Yeah, that still works, but I could still get to it. I could still. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna leave that there. Just gonna leave that there. So for anybody wondering, this weighs like 5,300 pounds, and in European measurements, it's like 50,000 kilos. So, yeah. Okay, let's get it up in the air. Even though the Wraith was a very heavy Luxo barge, it had easily accessible pads on the side of the car, marking its lift points. It's almost like they knew these cars would be at the service center for extended periods of time. Fun trick to avoid having to push this entire car is you can actually just roll the wheel and it'll roll everything a lot smoother. So if you just do this, look at that, see? Way easier. I raised the car in the air, only mildly concerned that it was severely overloading the lift. After passing the shake test, it was safe for me to walk under the car, at which point I made some interesting discoveries. There's a lot of good and some bad. First thing is, so I got this little flashlight here. They call it a torch, by the way. A torch has fire in it. This is just it's a light. The mufflers have been deleted. So we did a muffler deletus here, but you can see that this has definitely been through some sort of, water incursion, because there's just, look at all that. That's good. That's good. That's a lot of dirt that shouldn't be there. So the sway bar here has a hydraulic element to it, and I think that just goes in and out like that, but these lines are gonna have to come off. That's gonna be fun. I don't know how to bleed that. I think the car only had like 40-something thousand miles on it when it was submerged. Engine looks a little bit on the corroded side. I mean, you can see like in there's some aluminum corrosion, very, very similar to what we saw on the P1. Why are the brakes green? Like I noticed, so there's green brakes on the back. Is this like, because I don't think the rest of them are green. What do you think, Tommy?
It's a Too Fast, Too Furious car.
It is Too Fast, Too Furious. Wait a minute. What's the color of Marcus Rashford's team? Is it green? Did Marcus Rashford own this car? Is this his other Rolls Royce? I'm gonna say that this is Marcus Rashford's car just so I can get 5 million views. Now, one thing I had to show you guys, and maybe you guys know, maybe you don't. This is the first time I've seen it in action. Take a look at this center cap. Oh, that's so cool! Now we need to get to work, and we're gonna take the wheels off, and then we're gonna try to find some tools, because I don't know where anything is in this shop, and then we're gonna start from the back to the front, and this should be fine. This should be easy. This should be really easy. What do you think, Tommy? You think we'll be done by the end of the day?
Oh, minimum at least.
Yeah, there should be no problem. Yeah. What could go wrong? I carefully removed the expensive and fragile center caps, then took off the diamond-cut wheels, which, as you can imagine, weighed more than most mid-size sedans. Then I got to work deleting the muffler delete, removing the plastic under trays, and the rest of the rapidly rusting exhaust. And that's when I got slapped in the face with some German engineering. It's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. In order for the subframe to come out, we actually have to take this entire thing out, the struts, which are air struts, and that makes things easier. They're not hydraulic, which means that we don't have hydraulic fluid that goes everywhere. But the air struts, the top of the struts, are actually on the interior of the car, meaning that we have to now put the car on the ground, we have to put the wheels and tires back on, roll the car back a few feet, open the door, take the rear of the interior apart, meaning that the rear parcel shelf, the seats, and the C-pillars, just so we can get to those 3 bolts, take those 3 bolts out, then raise the car back up, take the wheels off, and remove some hydraulic lines, brake lines, electrical connections, and then 4 bolts, and it should all come out.
You could just jump in, like climb in, like Dukes of Hazzard.
I could just jump in. The problem is the door. See, if this was a regular door, this could open up and I can do all the work. There'd be no problem here because it's an asymmetric lift. It was not meant for doors like this. So if you open this up, there's no way I can get inside because I'm a big boy. I'm not. Well, it's a big car. This car is meant for me. It's just not meant for this country because, yeah, this is like it's literally the size of a school bus. This is more or less what a normal door, how a normal door will open. And this goes. It's like a whole nother car over here. This is so insane. For a car that had such outstanding interior quality, it was easier than I thought to disassemble the whole thing. The rear seats only took a few 13mm bolts and some T25 Torx screws before they could be taken out of the car. But then, things got a bit more complicated. In order for me to get to the parcel shelf and the strut bolts underneath, I had to remove the side panels and the C-pillar trim, both of which were super easy to do. Once I got everything apart on both sides, I could finally do the thing I set out to do a few hours ago. With the interior work complete, for the most part, I went underneath to take the driveline apart, but got a little confused on how to describe it. We had this conversation with the guys at dinner. This is, in the States, it's called a drive shaft, this thing right here. And then that drive shaft goes to a differential, and then that differential goes to 2 axles or half shafts. But here, they call this the prop shaft, and it doesn't make any sense for me. I guess it's an antiquated term for a boat or an airplane. This, as much as its boat-like, appearance would make you believe, this is not a boat, though. It's a car. So this is a drive shaft. So I don't
Yeah, but here the drive shaft is the axle. They call
Yeah,
that.
and they call the axle the drive shaft.
Yeah, so it's really confusing.
This doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
When you be careful when you order parts.
Yeah, be careful when you order parts. Also, they invented the English language, and it seems like they
got it wrong.
Yeah, they absolutely got it wrong. I just lost all my UK audience.
I know.
Please don't unsubscribe. I need you guys. With the prop drive axle shaft unbolted, I took the wheels off again and found more of the gift that keeps on giving. Take a look at this. Does it remind you of the P1, Tommy?
Oh no. Oh no, dude.
Except it's not sand here, it's dirt. It's just like compacted mud everywhere.
Her name is Sandy, but no.
No, her name would be Dirty. Oh, Agnes, you dirty girl. Oh, that's... Here, smell that. I took off the rear brake calipers by spinning them around since the brake lines were absolutely seized solid. Then got to work taking off the hydraulic lines for the sway bars. I then removed some bolts on the subframe to make way for the large main 21mm bolts that would finally free the subframe from the car. It was probably easier to lift the car up than drop the entire subframe, so I placed a few jack stands on the ground and let gravity do the work for me.
Yeah, looking good. Looks like this side's sticking. Go up a little bit more. No, it's staying.
Look at that! Almost like we know what we're doing. Hell yeah! All we have to do is do that same thing to the front, and then swap the cars, and then put everything back, and hopefully everything works. Shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be too hard.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Thanks, Angus.
Thanks, Angus.
Hello,
Introduce yourself.
I'm Matt. I'm Matt Armstrong's cameraman, and today apparently I'm supposed to be helping Freddie work on this, and I have no mechanical ability whatsoever, so I don't know why he's asked for my help. Did you even ask for my help, or did I just turn up?
You just turned up, but I'm really glad you did, because you were around when Matt took apart everything. Well, Matt and Tony took apart everything, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what you guys took off. And even though we did talk about it, but like it's just seeing it in the metal is a lot different. Now, priority number one is now to move this car. It's on subframes from a BMW 7 Series?
7 Series, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those are not stock wheels.
No, they are.
They are stock wheels.
They're stock, yeah.
7 Series comes with those.
No, the Rolls-Royce Wraith.
Oh, the Rolls. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This was the LX, right?
Yeah.
The Rolls-Royce Wraith LX.
Yeah.
In hindsight, removing 2 of the Wraith's wheels probably wasn't a great idea in terms of mobility. It took all of the guys at Mallory Performance to move this car 2.5 feet. But with the car finally on the lift, we turned our attention to the car's large and very dented fuel tank. I figured we should work on both cars at the same time so we don't forget any steps in installation. But that was interrupted as we had a lovely surprise guest.
My name's Sam. I'm going to be the host for the duration of the repair of this Lamborghini. It's actually a Rolls Royce, just the wrong garage.
So great news, Sam from Hard Up Garage.
Garage. There you go. Garage.
Oh, you have to say it like your friend. Garage. So Sam from Hard Up Garage has come to try to help us take apart this Rolls Royce and rebuild that Rolls Royce. And now we have all hands on deck, which should mean everything goes faster, except we're all just gonna stand around and talk for most of the day. So that means that we're just gonna probably take a break in 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get tired and probably do this tomorrow. The plastic fuel tank was remarkably old school. It had some metal straps at the bottom, a handful of electrical connections at the top, and 2 hoses at the side. After we took it out, drained it, and cleaned the inside of any flood damage, we removed the very full tank that we had just realized was way more valuable than we thought.
This is Marcus Rashford's fuel.
Imagine if he doesn't put premium in his Rolls Royce.
We should test it.
I mean, he was only doing 30 miles an hour. You probably don't need premium.
That's true, yeah. We've got Marcus Rashford's fluids.
We should auction off.
We should bottle
Marcus
off in
Rashford.
10 mil.
We should bottle it
bottles.
up.
Yeah.
Bottle it up.
Can you sell just fuel on the market?
I don't see why. I mean, it's a cologne.
Ah, yeah.
Ode to Rashford.
Yeah.
Ode to Marcus.
With Sue in just the right position to delete her ill-fitting subframe, we unbolted the 3 slapped-in bolts and raised the car to get ready to install the right parts.
Aha!
Hello.
Look at that.
Hi! That's not bad. That's not too bad at all.
Go on.
So this is for everybody that got in the comments and said I said aluminium or aluminum. You can say it either way. So if you're over here, you can say aluminium. If you're in the States, you say aluminum.
So it's like when you're in Germany,
Yeah.
you say Porsche.
Yeah.
Whereas here you say Porsche.
Yeah, so if you're in Germany, you say, we were on vacation, and then if you're over here, they say, the war, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
No problems, just solutions in this camp.
We've got turn.
We haven't got to go 180.
That is the idea of a differential.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, watch your head, watch your head.
Willie's got up.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah.
Drunk.
Morning.
These aren't in the right positions. So.
They're not.
They're not. If we lift it up, Tommy, do you wanna?
Yeah, we might need to wrap Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I got? You need-
1, 2, 3. Nope. No, what about,
Out.
yeah, out.
Let's get the back in place.
Yeah.
Back a little bit. On then.
We're on.
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're on right here.
Okay.
How is that on?
lower that on.
No, you got to put yours right here.
On the subframe.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it more like lift it up. Put it. Lift your side up.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. There
Ready?
You go. Yeah.
Yep.
Further down. That's better. There we go.
Perfect.
That front one.
Okay.
Yes. Smash that.
That went very
That was good.
Whew, all
I
right.
don't think it's lined up, but we got into it.
Everybody put your buttholes back in.
Yep.
There is something incredibly satisfying about mating a major component of the car to the chassis, and this was no different. After some wiggling and finagling, the subframe and rear suspension went into Sue the Sacrifice like it was meant for it.
All right, hopefully we're gonna bring the car up and the subframe goes with it. 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that! Are we good?
Yeah, it's going up.
Woo! So we are now, this makes us officially Rolls-Royce Master Techs. So if anybody needs Rolls-Royce work, just hit up Matt right there, because I don't live here and I can't technically. So technically I'm here as a tourist. I'm not supposed to be working, and these are not my work gloves. These are my tourist gloves.
That's why me and Sam are here, to do all the work and make him look like he's working.
Yeah. I mean, it's also because I'm a YouTuber and I don't work. So.
You don't venture every day.
Since this was a German car, we used the German standard of Gutentite to do up the bolts. But just for good measure, we used a torque wrench to check our work. We reused Sue's original brake rotors because they were loads better than the ones on Agnes. The heat shields went on next, followed by the rear brake calipers. It was all looking great, but we still had quite a journey ahead of us.
Okay, so this is what's going to separate the men from the boys. We now have to take off the front subframe because the front subframe on that car was, well, that was from the Rashford car, and we know what happened. 30 miles an hour. That it destroys cars. So what we'll do, take off everything here, then see what we have to do. I know that there's a lot of hydraulic lines and hoses and all that stuff. Steering rack has to come out. The engine has to be supported from the top.
Yeah.
So we have an engine hoist, not like an engine stand thing from the top. So we'll do that. And then once it's supported from the top, then we can disconnect everything and then basically do the same thing as we did in the rear, except this is going to be way more complicated.
And the good thing about this one is everything is on this bolted to the subframe, so hopefully we'll be able to leave all our anti-roll bars, or what do you call these? Sway bars,
yes.
Sway bars.
They're anti-sway bars, anti-roll bars.
Should be able to leave it all in place, the legs, everything intact, right?
Yeah, we should. And then we might just have to disconnect it from, so this is this is like a double wishbone suspension. And then we'll lower everything down, and it's gonna weigh 1,000,000 tons.
Yeah.
And then that's okay, because
we got guns.
Because we got guns. I brought, you guys don't have guns here, but I brought them. Look at the. I'm tired. We have graciously been given this lift by Mallory Performance. So thank you so much. If anybody wants their car tuned or worked on, they are fantastic. They're in Leicester if you're in the UK, but. They can't give us this for forever, so we do only have like a day. So we've gotten a lot of progress done. The rear end of the car is done. To make that car roll, we just need to get this off, and then I did buy some dollies. Hopefully they'll be here by tomorrow, so we can actually take this car off and then put it in the dumpster wheelie bin.
Wheelie bin.
Yeah, the wheelie bin. So we can take this dumpster fire into an actual dumpster. Let's begin.
Let's do it. We need a gun. This is going to take forever.
Not only does the front subframe house the steering, hydraulic, and cooling components of the car, but the engine sits on it, making this job extra tricky. To make sure the engine and transmission don't literally fall out of the car, we attached a support bar across the top of the engine. And with the engine securely in place, we removed the weird green brakes, the engine mounts, and took out 2 of the 6 subframe bolts to make everything easier to unbolt on the ground. And with the suspension, steering, and last annoying hydraulic hoses disconnected, it was the moment of truth.
Okay, we're good. I think.
What about the other side?
Woo! Look at that!
Would you look at that?
Hell yeah!
Okay.
That wasn't that hard. It really wasn't that hard. All right, now we have to do that all over again.
Who's up for round 2?
Installation was reverse of removal, except for the fact that we had to remove a bracket for the engine mount because Rashford's 30-mile-an-hour accident revealed some more hidden damage. We got some more dudes together to carry the subframe over, and just like last time, we lowered the car into place and shimmied the subframe until it lined up and didn't pinch anything too badly.
Sam has elected to be under the car while we are lowering it down. That is his choice. Do not try this at home. We are professionals. I'm not a professional, that's why I'm not under the car. Never do this. Never. It's just a bad idea. Don't do this. The reason why he's under there is because he's trying to align the steering shaft. So I'm going to use this very precariously.
And down an inch. Okay, again. All right. Another inch?
Another inch?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's in the keyway. So I'm happy with that. We can play with that in a minute. But I've got it like a centimetre in.
Okay.
When it's completely levelled out, we'll be able to get the rest in, so that's fine.
Okay, sweet.
Right, now we need to... Thank you, Dad.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Come on, we never leave a man behind. Come on.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Go again. And again. Right.
We're locked.
You know what's about to happen, right?
We're going to have lunch. Oh no, it's going to go all the way up.
We're gonna go all the way.
The jack stand should stay down and the car shot. You ready?
3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
Do it.
Yeah. We're pretty good at this, you know.
Torque up these bolts and then start tightening everything. Put wheels on. I mean, we gotta bleed the brakes, put brakes on.
Calipers, brake lines,
And then we can see.
sensors, then we see if it starts.
Yeah, we can see if it starts and rolls.
Royce.
This is awesome. Rolls Royce. Yes, that's right. That's correct.
Only here for one day, guys. Thanks for watching.
Okay. And this marked the home stretch, the culmination of what was a pretty eventful few days of wrenching, but we were only on the mechanical portion of the build. I still had no idea if there were any issues with the car's complicated electronics that would turn this 2-ton barge into a 2-ton paperweight. So we had to find out if the car ran. Right now we have the coolant. No, there's no coolant in the system. Oh, stuff is doing stuff.
I'm not going to tighten it up just in case we've got to whip it off, right?
Okay. Here's the problem: getting in the car. Getting in the car is going to be an issue. What I'm going to do is, from this side, I'm going to straddle the center console and then press the brake and then press the start button.
Look how he's just straddled the center console.
Okay. Oh! Is anything pissing out at the...
No, quick go. Go.
I'm going to say no, but carry on, let's go.
Okay. All right, and...
I bet you could put 20p coin on the engine.
Get a hole in the middle, apparently, man.
That's amazing. I have a lot of stuff that's broken here.
Chassis. Boy, it sounds sick.
Oh yeah.
Have you got an exhaust on it or not?
It has a muffler delete, so yes.
It sounds pretty good. It sounds like a tiger, but like a tame tiger.
Yeah.
You know, like if a tiger had a sock in the mouth.
Dude, this is awesome. So now the car runs. It didn't run before, and all we have to do is put everything back. But dude, Sam, thank you so much.
That was
No
a pretty
worries,
fast turnaround, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was fast.
We did like 3-hour turnaround on the front subframe.
Yeah. So Sam, actually, he drove here 3.5 hours. So now he needs to turn into a pumpkin and leave. So we're gonna say goodbye to Sam. Sam.
Bye, Sam.
Goodbye for now. See you next time.
Sam, I love you, buddy.
Love you, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next time.
Yeah. I think this is a good time to end the video because we now have a running Rolls-Royce Wraith. We have the brakes on. We have the subframes on, and I think now we just put the wheels on, we put all the interior back, put the front end, rear end, and then we'll have like a running car. But I think in the next episode, we'll do all that and maybe even go on the dyno.
Sounds easy. Sounds so easy.
At that rate, I'm probably going to be back.
If I just give it a little.
Do it again.
Is there a way I can turn traction control off.